Hey, hello everyone. Good morning. Can you confirm audible or not? So yesterday workshop we completed on positions, right? Do you have any questions, anyone? Positions. Yesterday we discussed about the positions, right? Static, absolute, relative, fixed, and sticky. Okay, just I shared that video also. Just you can go through. If you have any questions, just you can ask in tomorrow's session. Okay. So today's our workshop which is related to, okay, just I want to cover like flux as well as grid also. Okay, flux and grid. Okay, so this is also one kind of what just arranging the elements only. Okay, already you know that why we go for CSS. Just if you want to make it like look and feel. Okay, if you want, okay, this particular element I want in the left side, this particular element I want in the right side, like this. If you want to arranging the elements again, okay, we can go with the flux and grid. Okay, when you can go with the flux, when you can go with the grid, if you want to arrange the elements in either one row or in one column, is nothing but arranging the elements in the single dimensional. Okay, either in the row wise or either in the column wise, then that time you can go with the flux, arranging the elements in one dimensional flux, arranging the elements in one dimensional array. Okay, then you can go with the flux, either row or either column. Grid is nothing but, okay, arranging the elements is like a two-dimensional. It's a kind of rows, so columns, so something like that. Then you can go with what? Grid. Arranging the elements like two-dimensional, then you can go with the grid. Okay, both are like just used for, I have some elements over there based on my requirement is like just I want to arrange the elements effective way. Effectively we can arrange it by using flux and by using grid. There are some other ways also we can do it. But effectively if you want to arrange, then you can go with the flux and grid. So let's go with the flux first, and then after that we can go with the grid. Okay, if you want to start with the flux, first of all you should comfortable with some of the terminologies in the flux. You should comfortable with some of the terminologies. Okay, one is like what, okay, see, this terminology is just you can remember, it's not a big deal. First one is like a flux container. Flux container. The next one is like a flux items or elements, you can say. The next one is like the terminology wise main axis. Main axis. The next one is like we can say like a cross axis. Cross axis. These are the main terminologies most of the times while learning flux we are going to use. What is flux container? Very simple. I have one div is there. Okay, inside the div there has three items over there. Okay, three players over there. For example, span Sachin, close my span. The next one is like a span Dhoni, something like this. Any elements, that's okay. Okay, just I'm going to add like this. There has one more element also. Okay, one more span. Kohli is there. Kohli is there. Now here my div has multiple children over there, multiple elements over there. In flux, if you want to apply the flux to arrange these players, and which one is the parent, that parent one we can say like a flux container terminology wise. Okay, my parent one we can say like what? Flux container. Container is nothing but what? Which contains, okay, something. Container is nothing, some space is there. In that space occupied with, there has some elements or not? Yes or no? So the parent we can say like a terminology wise what? The parent we can say terminology wise what? Flux container. Okay, when this one is become like a flux container, okay, it is like normal div only, but when it is becomes like a flux container, that one will see. Okay, but here whenever the parent which contains children's, okay, if you want to arrange these children's by using flux, now the parent we can say terminology wise it's a container. The parent we can say terminology wise what? Flux container. Container. Now the next one already you know that. How many items are there? There has three players or there, three items are there, these three children are there. These three childrens we can say like a flux items. These three childrens we can say like a flux items. Okay, understood? First terminology, flux container. Which elements if you want to arrange by using flux, those elements inside one parent, that parent we can say like a flux container. Okay, here div is the flux container, but when this div becomes like a flux container, we'll see. Now in the flux container, whatever the elements are there, whatever the childrens are there, those children's terminology wise we can say like a flux items. Those childrens we can say like a flux items. The next one is like main axis. What you know? Very simple. This Sachin, Dhoni, Kohli, if you arrange horizontally, okay, if you arrange horizontally, I said like what? One dimensional, either row wise, either column wise, I said, right? Okay, it is like horizontally, if you arrange the items, that one we can say like a, that axis, x-axis you can say, y-axis you can say, x-axis you can say like a main axis, so cross-axis you can say like a y-axis in our, okay, geometry. Okay, if you see this x coordinate, y coordinates, na, okay, x-axis is like horizontal, y-axis is like perpendicular to x-axis or not. Same like this. Now, row wise, if you arrange that one, that axis, we can say like a main axis. Main axis. Now, perpendicular to main axis is nothing but y-axis. That one we can say like a cross-axis. Okay, this is like a column wise, we can say like a cross-axis. Terminology wise, okay. You can remember how you want, but terminology wise we can say like this. Terminology wise we can say like this. Understood? The four terminologies. One is like flux container, flux items, main axis, cross axis. Flux container is nothing but the items which you want to arrange using flux. That parent you can say like a container. That container contains how many elements, how many children, those are like a flux items. Okay, arranging the items in the row, that the axis we can say like a main axis, is like a x-axis. Arranging the items in the column wise, then that time that axis we can say like a cross axis. Cross axis is always perpendicular to your main axis. Simply you can understand like x axis, y axis, like this you can understand. Understood everyone? Four terminologies are okay. Four terminologies are okay. Now, when my div above one is there, when my div becomes like a flux container, that is the question or not? When my div becomes like a flux container. Okay, when you know, whenever to this particular div, if you apply one of the CSS property, okay, is like display flux. Display flux. Whenever you apply to my div, what is the property? Display flux. Whenever you arranged, okay, whenever you added this display flux property, then that time my div becomes like what? Then that time my div becomes like a flux container. Then that time my div becomes like a flux container. Understood? Come on. Then that time my div becomes like a flux container. So once my div becomes like a flux container, what kind of CSS properties we can apply? If it is like a flux container, then only we can apply some CSS related to flux container. Now this particular display flux is not there. Then the time my div is like normal div. It's not a container. It is not a flux container. So my question is like, when one element becomes like a flux container, what's your answer? Whenever you applied one of the CSS property called as, whenever you applied one of the CSS property called as display flux or not, that time my div or my element becomes like what? My element becomes like what? Flux container or not. Understood? So once my flux container, my div becomes like a flux container, what kind of CSS we can apply? That means what kind of CSS properties are apply for flux container? That is the question. Flux container CSS properties are what? You know, one is like flux direction. Okay, that means in which direction you want me to apply? In the main axis or in the cross axis or row na, column na, like that. The next one is like a flux wrap. Wrap is nothing but you want me to arrange, okay, within the row without wrapping, without come to the next line, no wrapper, like this you have to tell. I will show you the example, you can understand. The next one is like, okay, flux direction, CTION. The next one is like justify content. Justify content. Okay, now arrange the elements in the main axis. Okay, align the items. Okay, whatever the items are there, if you want to align it on the main axis, then that time you can go with the justify content. The next one is like align items are there. Align items. Align items. Justify content, arranging the flux items in the main axis. Align items, arranging the flux items on the cross axis. Cross axis is nothing but column wise it's going to arrange. These are the properties most of the times we are going to apply for flux container. These are the properties most of the times we are used for what? Flux container. Okay, we'll see programmatically how it is looks like. So same like that, flux container is okay. What is the next one? Flux container contains what? My flux container contains what?
Flex
Flux
items.
flux items, right? So that my flux items also applicable for, okay, that means applied with some of the CSS properties. When my flux, okay, when my span, okay, here three spans are there. When those three spans becomes like a flux items, whenever my div becomes like a flux container, okay, within the container, how many elements are there? Those all are like becomes like what? Flux items only or not? Yes or no? So that what kind of CSS properties we can apply for flux items? The one is like a flux grow. Okay. The next one is like a flux shrink. Okay. The next one is like a flux basis. Okay. These are for what? Flux. Come on. These are for what? Flux items. Okay, the next one is like order also. Okay, most of the times these are the properties we can apply for what? So these are the properties we can apply for what? Flux container or flux items. These are the properties we can apply for flux container or flux items.
Flux items.
Flux items. Flux items. Now, can we take one simple example? Okay, by applying these CSS properties, how those are looks like, we'll see. Okay, let's go there. Now let me open this. Okay, let me create one of the flux, one HTML file you can create. One HTML file you can create. Okay, let's go. Okay, you can create one simple same div you can take it. Okay, and then okay, span you can take it. And here I have one more span only, and I have one more span. Okay, Dori. Now, if I run this one, default view, how it is looks like? Can anyone tell me? Default view, how it is looks like?
In row wise, Sachin Kohli, Dhoni.
Okay, line by line, side by side.
Side by side.
Side by side. Why? Because div is a block level element, but span, okay, this is like inline element, na? So that all these elements are like side by side only. Okay, how? Okay, looks like it's take like a full width. Okay, it's like a just it's like content width. Come on, tell me. Full width or content width? It's like content width only, na? It's like content width only or not? Just give some background color, okay? Now I want to give some background color. Can anyone tell me? Okay, this one you can say like a class, parent class, and these all are like what? Come on, children's, na? Okay, these all are like a children's. Now it is not like a flux items, just it's a parent and a children. That's it. When these are becomes like a flux items, tell me. Whenever my parent become like a flux container. At this moment, it is like a flux container. No, it's like normal div only or not. Now, just you can apply some CSS. Can anyone tell me the selector? You know the selectors. I want to apply red color for Sachin and Dhoni. I want to apply green color for Kohli. How we can?
We can dot class already created a dot child of
Now,
color.
see, okay, with respect to parent, if you want to go, okay, how we can get all the children's? How we can get all the children's? Tell me. All direct children's greater than. Okay, span. Okay, greater than span. Okay, now tell me. color, background color is like red. Whenever you written like this, all the spans background color is like red or not? You want like this, huh? Tell me. No. 1 to 3 is nothing but what? Odd. 2. Another one is like 4. Another one is there. That one is like a. That one is like a even. Okay, 2, 4 is like even. Odd ones I want like red color. Even ones I want like a green color. How you know? Okay, now last time we just missed this one. Okay, so I want like span whose child count is like odd. Whose child count is like odd. Now I want spans whose child count is like even. Even. These are like a predefined. Okay, here can I write like a blue or something? Now can you come here? The odd ones is like what? Red color. The even ones are like what? Green color or not? Yes or no? Agreed, everyone?
Yes.
Sir, odd and even, we don't want to pass anything. Huh?
No, these are like a predefined represented values. Okay, it represents the even odd numbers, it represents the even numbers. It's a predefined one.
Okay, sir.
Okay, now see, this is like expected only, but I don't want like this. Just I want to arrange this much space is there. I want to keep everything. Okay, these Sachin, Dhoni, Kohli, and everything you have to occupy the remaining space also. Like that, I want to arrange the elements. So first of all, can I make this parent as like a container? Flux container. When it becomes like a flux container, tell me. When it
Display.
becomes like a flux container,
The parent
whenever
tag
my
have
parent
display
has
flux.
one of the property called as a display flux. Whenever it is like becomes like a display flux, now these are like this. Okay, but still I don't want like this. Okay, I have remaining space is there, that total complete space I want to occupy. Complete space I want to occupy. So my flux items are there. Now, how many items are there? Come on, how many items are there?
4.
Okay, 4 items are there. Can I give some width like 100% or something? Whenever I give like a width is like 100%. Okay, now see, the flux display flux container is not there. For example, if it is not there, now what happened? Now it's what happened? Now see, for example, display block. Display block. Now see, these all are like occupied like what? Okay, see, Sachin, Kohli, Dhoni, UV, all are like what? Block level elements, line by line, you can get it or not. Whenever I applied with what? Display flux, these all are like by default arranged in like one row with what? Equal widths only it's taken or not? Yes or no? See how it is like arranged. Whenever my parent is like a flux container, am I told anywhere, okay, in the row only you have to arrange the items? Am I told anywhere? Am I told anywhere? No, na. So we have flux direction is there, na. My flux direction default is what, you know, row. My flux direction default is like what? Row. My flux direction default is like what? Row. Row is nothing but what? In the row itself, it is like arranged or not. That means in the main axis itself, it is like arranged or not. So the next property is what? Can anyone? Flux wrap is like what? Flux wrap equals to what? Okay, let's do that. Flux wrap, you can add it. Now come here and inspect it. Now this is my body and this is my parent to flux direction is there. There is one more property, you can add it. What is that property? Flux wrap. Okay, now here no wrap is there, wrap is there. Now see this. The difference you can see. Flux wrap by default is what? No wrap. No wrap is nothing but what? Wrap is nothing but what? Okay, wrapping is nothing but what? Come to the next line, right? By default my children is how much width? Can anyone tell me how much width by default my children? It's a block level element. How much width?
100%.
Okay, it's like 100% width or not. Block level, it's like 100% width. Okay, na? Now, if you come to the children, what I said, parent, Control Z. If you come to the parent, what I said here, flux wrap. Come on, flux wrap is what? No
No
wrap.
wrap.
No wrap is nothing but don't come to the next line. So that it is not come to the next line. Okay, I said like 100%. Within that space only, just it is going to take like full width or not. Yes or no? For example, if I write like wrap, then what happened? Come on, wrap, what happened? Wrap is nothing but what? Each and every span, how much width is there? Own width.
100.
100%, so that it's take like full width or not 100%. So my container by default have flux wrap is like wrap or no wrap by default.
No wrap.
No wrap or not. So display flux direction by default is what? Row. If you not write also no problem. Flux wrap by default is what? Wrap or no wrap? Come on,
No
wrap
wrap.
or no wrap?
No wrap.
By default is like no wrap or not. Okay, like this you can arrange the elements. Understood everyone? All are okay. Now flux direction row is there. Okay, can I go with the column? Can I go with the column? Come on, column is nothing but what? Okay, in the cross axis. If it is like a column, it's like line by line or side by side? Line by line.
Line by
So
line.
that line by line, what is my width?
100%.
100%. So that it is going to take like 100% or not. Okay, na? My flux direction, row reverse also there. Row reverse. Now see in the reverse order. Sachin, Kohli, Dhoni, UV. Okay, now it's like in the reverse or not. Column reverse also there. Now see. Okay, in the reverse order, it is like arranged or not. Understood? So my flux container, okay, by default has the flux direction is like what? Row. By default, my flux wrap is like what? No wrap
No
or
wrap.
not. No wrap or not. Understood?
So
All
once,
agree?
can you change that flex wrap to wrap again, sir?
You want me to this one?
Yes.
Wrap. Okay, now wrap is nothing but what? Line by line only, na? Okay, take your own width. Wrap is nothing but take your own width. Okay, if it is like take own width, then what happened? Okay, 100%, 100%, 100% only, right? Wrap is nothing but what? No wrap is nothing but don't, okay, don't take your own width. But when it is going to apply, if it is like a column, okay, it is not depending on the wrap or not, no wrap. Why? Because in the column wise, it's like arranged or not, the elements.
Okay.
Got my point?
Yes, sir.
Any other questions, anyone? Okay, then let me refresh again. Okay, this is the one, right? I want this content in the center. I want this content in the center. So what do you want me to do? My text align is like a center. My text align is like center. Now my content in the center or not? Now my content in the center. Now come to this one. Come to this one. Okay, another property. What is this property? Flux direction, flux wrap is okay. Flux direction and flux wrap. Flux direction and flux wrap.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now there has one shorthand form is there. Shorthand. Okay. Padding. Okay, it's a shorthand for what? Shorthand syntax for what? Padding left to right to top to bottom or not? Yes or no? Same like that. There has flux flow is there. One more property. It is a short hand syntax. A shorthand syntax for what? You know? Okay, flux wrap and flux direction. Flux wrap and flux direction is nothing but no need to write these two lines again and again. You can manage within a single line or not. Now let's go. Will it work or not work? See. Okay, let me refresh the page. Go to this one. Okay, here. Okay, parent na parent. Here my display flux direction is there row. If you not write also, by default row only, so that I remove. Now my question is like, can you write one shorthand syntax for flux direction and flux wrap and flux direction? Tell me. What is that? Flux, come on,
Flow.
flux flow. First one is like what? Flux wrap, wrappa, no wrappa.
No
Okay, wrap. Okay, the next one is what? Direction. It is like a row or column, something like this. You can put it. Now if you open this one, now see, it is the combination of what? Come on, it is the combination of what? Flux flow is the combination of what? It is like a shorthand for what?
Flux
Flux
direction
direction. Okay, as well as
flux
flux
wrap.
wrap or not. Flux direction as like flux wrap. Okay, no wrap. Here flux, what is that? Flux flow, flux flow. Okay, in the row wise, no wrap, by default it is the one, right? By default only it is the one. Flux direction is like row, the flux wrap is like what? No wrap. For example, if I write like instead of no wrap or wrap I written, then the time it's like wrapped or not. Why? Because 100% width given, so that it's take its own width or not. So flux flow is the shorthand syntax for flux direction as well as flux wrap. Okay, na everyone?
Okay. Sir, first we can give direction, after that wrap.
Okay, now see this. Okay, if I give like a wrap. Okay. Okay, the next one is like what? Row. What happens? If I give this one, flux direction is like row, flux wrap equals wrap. Based on this particular values, it can understand.
Okay, sir.
Okay, here if I mention like no wrap, no wrap. Now see, my flux direction is like what? Row. My flux wrap equals to what? No wrap or not. Understood? Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Any question, anyone? Okay, total how many properties you know so far? So far, how many properties you know? Display flux for the container. The next one is what?
Flux direction.
Flux direction. Okay, row na
Flux,
column by default row. The next one is what?
flux wrap.
Flux wrap. Okay, that is the one. The next one is what?
Flux flow.
Okay, then flux flow, shorthand for direction as well as wrap. The next one is like justify content and align items or not. Justify content and align items. So now you can take like one div. Okay, just simply Sachin is there. Okay, inside this one I have a span Sachin. Inside this one I have span Sachin. Now let's go. I want to make this div is like a container. How? Div
Display
display
flux.
flux is the one. Display flux. The next one is what? Div greater than span or span is enough. This is what? Flux item or not. This is like a flux item. Okay, just keep it aside. Open with live server. Okay, this is my search. I want to place like here justify content center. Justify content center. If I give like justify content is like the center, it is like centered or not. The next one is what? Next one is what? Align items is like a center. Align items is like center. When it is going to align items in the center, you know, inspect it. Why align items is not visible, I will show you. This is my body now. This is my div. My div take how much height? Come on, just 18 pixel. This much height only or not? Justify content to align items in the main axis is nothing but in this flow. Okay, that means in this direction it is going to align item. In this direction I have some more space is there. That's the reason. Now see, if I remove this one, now see, this is my div. Okay, this much space is there or not? How much width? 633 width is there. So I can have some space. I have some space. I can align it in the center or not? Yes or no? Tell me. But if you come to the column direction, column, how much height is there? 18 pixel. Now, if I want to align this Sachin in the y-axis, is nothing but cross axis. Do we have any space? Do we have any space? Height-wise, do we have anything?
No.
No, nah. So can I do one thing? To my div, can I give some height? Okay, my height equals to 100 VH. Visual height is like 100 VH. Now my div is how much height? This much height is there. Yes or no? Now, can I open this align item center? Now see, it is like aligned in the center or not? Yes or no? If you have some space, then only, right? We can align it. Okay, if the space is not there, how we can move the items? So justify content is used for what? Align the items in the main axis, align items in the cross axis or not. Agreed, everyone? Come on. Agreed or not?
Yes, sir. It means justify content for width purpose we can use align items for height, right, sir?
Yeah, you can understand like that also. But terminology wise, you have to say
Main
like,
cross
okay, main
and
axis, cross
cross
axis.
axis. Okay.
Okay, see, the main axis is nothing but this wise. Okay, x-axis, this direction. Y-axis is nothing but perpendicular to x-axis. This direction is nothing but height, you can
Okay.
say. Agreed, everyone? Any questions, anyone? Anyone have any questions? No? Shall we move to the next one? Okay, then the next one. Okay, these are the properties applicable for what? Container. Okay, next, can I focus on the what? Items. Can we focus on items now? Yes or no? Can we focus on items now? Tell me, which properties for items? Which properties for items? What properties are there for items? Which CSS properties are there for items? One is like flux grow. Flux grow. Another one is like flux shrink. Another one is like flux basis. The next one is like flux order, something like we have or not. Okay, then now let me take the first one. More items are required. Okay, then now these are the items, right? I'm going to add like flux grow is like 2. Okay, just I given one number, that's it. Flux grow is like 2. Okay, now see. Okay, display flux, so just I added like flux grow is like 2. Okay, remaining all are like same only. Now, did you find any difference? Did you find any difference? Tell me, did you find any difference?
No.
No, na? No. Okay, if you not written this grow also, if you not written this grow also, Okay, now flux, what I remove?
Enter property.
Okay, display, I have to add like display block, with property we missed, na? Equals to 100%, you can add it. Okay, now if you not write also, okay, now see, this is the one or not? Yes or no? The width I given how much? 100% for all, right? For all I given like 100% same width only I given or not? Now instead of this one, okay, what I given? Flux, come on,
Grow.
flux grow. Flux grow, one I given, one. Okay, now see, did you find any difference? Did you find any difference? Okay, align the items in the left only. Okay, if I give like flux grow is like a 10, did you find any difference? Tell me. Okay, flux
Mm,
grow is like this much. Did you find any difference? Then what is the use of this one? Now, not here. Okay, just I'm doing like this is also children only. Flux grow is like 2, and here flux grow is equals to 1. Okay, now see, even once flux grow 1, odd once flux grow is like 2. Now, how it is look and feel wise? See this. What do you observe? What do you observe?
Width it will be variation.
It's a kind of pots, you can say. See, total 100 pots are there. For example, total, okay, it's like 100%, you can say. 100% is there. Even ones, odd ones are there. Odd ones I given like 2, even ones I given like 1. Okay, now tell me 2 plus 1, 3. 3 plus 2, 5. 5 plus 1, 6. That means total 6 pots. 2 parts odd ones. Okay, 1 part for even. 2 parts for odd one. 1 part for even. Like this, it is going to arrange or not. Whenever I place like flux grow with some number. Understood? Come on. Agreed, everyone? Okay, simply my flux items, there has some height, okay, some width is there, some space is there. That's in that space I have to arrange. How you know? Two parts, if I give to the even ones, okay, or odd ones, one part I have to given for even one. Okay, that means two parts, one part. Like this, you have to arrange. Now see, okay, total width is how much? For example, total width is this much. Okay, now just it is going to make it like 6 parts. Two parts for odd, one part for even. Two parts for odd, one part for even. Like this, I given or not? Agreed? Flux grow. Hmm? Come on. Any questions? Flux grow. Any questions? Hmm? Okay, na? Okay or not? Okay, very simple. Okay, if I give like 2, 1, okay, or 4, 2. If I give like 4, 2, will it change or not change? If I give like 4,
Change.
2, will it change or not change?
Change.
Will it change or not change? Change or not change? Why? Why? Why not change? Odd ones, 4 parts, 4 parts, I want to give it. Okay, half of this one I have to give it to whom? Even, right? Okay, if I give like a 2, 1 also, 2, 1. Okay, how much my even ones, odd ones are there? Okay, half you have to give to whom? To my even ones or not? Here also same, right? The number is like changed. Okay, 4 and 2. Okay, 4 parts if I give, 2 parts to whom I have to give? For even or not? Agreed? Okay, if I give like 40, 20, changed or not changed?
Not change.
Not changed, not changed. Okay, 40, 20. If I give 40 pots, okay, you can give to odd. Half, 20 pots you can give to what? Even. 40 pots for odd, okay, 20 pots for what? Even or not? Agreed? Flux grow is okay. What about the flux shrink? flux shrink. When it requires to shrink, when it requires to shrink, when it requires to shrink, anyone?
If it is overflow.
Yes. Okay, enough space is not there, it obviously has to shrink or not. Okay, now I want to reproduce this one. Okay, flux shrink, flux shrink, flux grow not there, flux shrink, flux shrink. Okay, now I have to add some value here. My width equals to 100%, for example, if I given. Okay, if I given like this, okay, my width equals to 100%, then how it is like working? Flux shrink, two parts. Okay, flux shrink one part. Okay, just I want to show. For every span, just I want to give like 200 pixel width. Now here the overall I given like how many spans are there overall? Tell me how many spans are there?
4.
4. Okay, container width is like 800 pixel I given. Container width is like 800 pixel I given. Now if I refresh the page, okay, total width is how much? Container width is how much?
800 pixels.
800. Okay, each item, flux item width is how much?
200.
200. Is it required to shrink? Enough space is there or not there?
Is there?
Enough space is there or not there? Simply there, right? Enough space is there, right? Now what I'm going to do is, if I give like 400, now tell me enough space is there or not there in the container?
Not
In the
there.
container, enough space is there or not there? Not there. Whenever the enough space is not there, whenever it is like enough space is not there, now it is like shrink or not? Yes or no? Now it is like shrink or not? How it is like shrink? Now see, two parts, see reverse now. Okay, even ones, okay, odd ones, two parts it's like shrink. Okay, it's like one part is like shrink or not? Odd ones. Yes or no? Okay, it's like shrink two parts is nothing but what? For example, it is like decrease it to 4. Okay, this one is like decrease half of that one only. Okay, if it is like 4 parts, 40. Okay, overall how much? Overall how much? 200. Na? Okay, it is like decreased to how much? Even ones. By 2 you can put it. How much it is decreased? 200
Okay.
it's decreased or not? But this one, okay, 200 only there or not? Okay, this one decreased to 100 and this one is decreased like what? 200 only or not? Okay, he's like shrinked like 2 times. Okay, it is not shrinked, it's like 1 time only or not? When this shrink is like, we can see effectively means whenever the container is not having enough space, then only it is going to shrink. If the enough space is there, shrink is not what? Understood? Come on. Agreed everyone?
So, the parent don't have sufficient width, but child having the long, suppose
Yeah,
that.
enough space is not there for the children in the container, then that time it is going to shrink.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Any questions, anyone? The next one is what? Flux basis, right? Okay, for example, if I give like 300 pixel flux basis, if I give like 300 pixel, okay, then what happened here? Even once Okay, now even once take like what, some base width it's taken. Okay, it is not like, okay, shrink this one, the okay, odd ones, it's like basic some width it is going to take. Okay, base width is how much? How much base width you given?
200 pixel.
Okay, 200 pixels, something like this you given or not? Okay, now you can see something like this. Okay, instead of this one, okay, we can see the first one. Okay, now you can understand control way. Okay, width 100%, that's okay. Now if I refresh the page, open with live server, all are like arranged like this. Okay, now for my first span, okay, how we can get the first span? Parent greater than span nth child of 1. For my first span, just I want to add flux basis, it's like 200 pixel. Flux basis is like 200 pixel for my first span. Okay, it is like take the flux basis value. Okay, for example 100 pixel. Okay, now see this, it's like 100 pixel, it is fixed. Remaining all are like arranged in the remaining space or not, equal parts. Yes or no? Basically the width is like 100% are given for all. Whenever I apply flux basis 100 pixel, that is applicable for what? For that particular one, that is the base width. Remaining width is like arranged to remaining elements or not? Yes or no? Come on, agree with me? Flux basis. Okay, na? Any questions so far? Now there has one shorthand form is there. Okay, what you know, there has one shorthand form is there. That shorthand form is like flux is the shorthand form. Okay, for what you know, the flux is the shorthand form. Okay, for how many elements? Okay, how many properties I mean? Flux is the shorthand form for three properties. The flux is the shorthand form for three properties. What are those? Those three properties, you know, flux grow, flux shrink, and flux basis. Okay, these three properties, if you want to write in a single property, then you can go with this. For example, if you want to apply the flux, okay, to this one, for example, flux equals to, okay, flux grow, okay, flux shrink, just I'm randomly I'm putting, okay, 200 pixel or something like this. If I add, then see what happened. If I refresh, if you go to this one, flux, if I open this one, first one is like flux grow. Here the order is matters. First one is like flux grow. The second one is like what? Flux shrink. The third one is like what? Flux basis or not. So my flux is the shorthand syntax, shorthand for these three properties or not. Shorthand syntax for these three properties or not. Understood? If you
Sir,
want.
if you didn't give anyone any default values, it will be take.
Say it again.
If you miss one out of three, it will be take any default one or only two.
Now, for example, if you make this one like this, that
Yeah.
is you're talking about.
Yes, yes.
Okay, say this. Flux grow is what?
It
Okay,
will be
flux shrink. Okay, default is like 1. Flux basis is like a fixed width. We are going to give like a pixels, right? So that pixel. Now, if I
oh,
remove this one, okay, second one it is going to take. If I take like this, then the time what happened? Flux grow also 1, flux shrink also 1, and this one also 1.
okay.
Okay. So flux is the default for, okay, flux is the shorthand for how many properties? 3 properties: flux grow and flux shrink and flux basis. These all we not applied at a time. If it is like grow, it's not like kind of shrink, right? Yes or no? We not apply all these properties at a time, but it's like a shorthand form. Understood? Any questions, anyone? In the parent, okay, we can give parent, okay, gap also we can give gap 20 pixel or something. See this, it is going to give the some gap, right, between this. Okay, gap is the property we can give it. Okay, when we can give, whenever it is like display flux only, whenever we give like a display flux only. Okay, now tell me container properties how many?
For
Tell me what are those? When my div or any element becomes like a container, whenever you added like display flux,
Flux.
whenever you added like display flux. Okay, now whenever the div is acting like a container, we can apply like one property called as what? Flux direction. The next one is like what? Flux wrap. The elements can wrap or not. The elements you want me to arrange in the row or column. The next one is like align the elements in the main axis, justify content. Align the elements in the cross axis, align items or not. Justify content, align items. When it is like apply, space is there.
high.
Horizontally space is there, justify content can align. Vertically we have the space, align content can be applied. Align content can be applied. Yes sir, come on.
Justify content, sir, or
Horizontally space is there.
okay. That time
Horizontally space is there. Now in this example, if you see, okay, only one element is there, do horizontal space is there, we can align in the center or not?
yes.
Yes or no? Height,
Yeah.
vertically space also there, so that it is also centered. So horizontal it's centered, well vertically it's okay, centered only. So
Okay.
flow, flux flow, what is that? Flux flow. It is
Shorthand.
a shorthand syntax for flux direction and flux wrap. Okay. Now flux items, tell me. Flux items. Flux items. On flux items, shorthand. Okay. Flux items, properties, tell me. After that, we can talk about the flux shorthand. One is like flux grow. Next, flux shrink. The next, flux
Basis.
flux basis. Basis. Okay. These three, one shorthand form is there. What is that?
Flex.
Flux is the shorthand form. First one is like grow. The second one is like what? First one is like grow. The second one is like what? Shrink. And my third one is like what?
Basis.
Okay, it's like a basis or not. There has one more also there. That is like what?
Yeah.
Order. Okay, so flux order also we can mention. Flux order also we can mention. So there has, okay, style. Okay, you can mention like style. Okay, order equals to 2. Okay, here. Okay, style. Okay, order is equals to 4. Okay, here style. Okay, this is like inline styling. Okay, order equals to 1. The next one is like a style. My order equals to 3. Okay, my order equals to 3. Now if we run this one, my Dhoni my first order and my Sachin the second one. My Dhoni first order, my Sachin the second one. My third one is like UV and my fourth one is like Kohli or not? Yes or no? Like this you can rearrange the order or not. Agreed? If you want to change the order, then you can change like this. Agreed all?
So directly inline we can give, sir, this order.
Yeah, inline, anywhere you can give, but instead of writing multiple selectors, just I added here the inline one. This property you have to apply for that particular children. How you want to apply, you can apply your wish.
Okay, sir.
Okay, na? Okay, this is about flux. The next one is like a grid. The next one is like a grid. Align the items like what? Two-dimensional. Okay, rows, columns, something like that. Okay, let me take one simple example so that you can easily understand. For example, this is my browser. Okay, this is my browser. In my browser, okay, first section I need like for header. Okay, total complete one is like a header. Okay, the last section completely for footer. Just think like that. Okay, this section, okay, here I want to put some advertisement, the complete section for advertisement. Okay, in this section, just I want to add some okay menu items or whatever it may be. Okay, now this section contains some articles. Okay, this is one article, this is one article. Okay, this is the way I want to arrange the items. Okay, total how many items are required? Okay, how many elements are required first of all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 elements are required or not? Yes or no? Those 6 elements I want to arrange like this. Those 6 elements I want to arrange like this. Shall we? One.
Yes, sir.
So grid1.html just okay, one div you can take it. Okay, here my class is like parent. Now this is also container. When it is becomes like a grid container, anyone knows? Whenever my come on my parent display is like grid. Whenever if you write display equals to grid, then that time it becomes like a grid container. Now how many children are required overall? Okay, one header is required. Next, one footer is required. Next, div. Okay, advertisement ad is required. Next, one div. What? A menu is required. The next one is like one div article 1, article 1, and another one is like article 2, for example. Article 2. Okay, these are the multiple grid items now. These are like multiple grid items or not. Agreed? All are okay. So total parent height is how much? Total parent height. Can I run this first? You can easily understand. Open with live server. Now this is my actual. Okay. Now see my parent height. But I want the parent height is like how much? Full height I want. Then come on, my body margin I don't want, so that margin is like 0. So now there is no margin, nothing. Now my parent height equals to 100 VH, 100 VH visual height. Now if I refresh, now the 100 VH or not. Now it is like arranged something like this. But our requirement is not like this now. But our requirement is not like this or not. Yes or no? Okay then. Now see, very, very important from now onwards. Total, how many rows and how many columns is required? Overall, tell me. So overall in this template, how many rows are there? How many columns are there? Grid is nothing but what? Two-dimensional rows and columns. How many rows are there? How many columns are there overall? Tell me.
4 rows and 3 columns.
Yeah, 4 rows, right? Okay, this is one row. Okay, this is one row. Okay, don't think more. Rows are there or not there? From here you can start. Okay, this is one row, this is one row, this is one row, this is one row. Total, how many rows are there? 4 rows are there. Now, rows width, height, you have to focus now. Width is nothing but depending upon the columns. Height you can mention. First row, okay, for example, 10%. Second row, how much? 10%. Third row, okay, this is also one row only. In between something has happened. Okay, we can manage. Third row is like how much percentage? Okay, somewhat. Okay, fourth row, okay, this is the one, 10%. Can I give like this? 10% to 10% to 10%, and this one is like 70%. Can I give like that? Come on. Okay, tell me how we can grid template rows. First row 10%. Okay, next row 10%. Next row 70%. Next row 10%. Is it okay? All of you can adjust based on your requirement. 10 no 10 no 70 10. Now columns, tell me columns. Columns, tell me. Come on, how many columns are there? This is one column.
3
This
columns.
is one column. This is one column. 3 columns, sir. Okay, you can mention. How much you want? 3 columns, sir. Okay, grid template columns. Here, same percentage you can give it. Okay, you can give like 25%. Okay, 25%. Okay, same, any number you can give. Why? Because it's like same for all, right? 25%, 25%, something like this. Any number you can give, that's not a matter. Otherwise, you can say like a 33.3, 33.3, 33.3 also you can give it. No problem at all. Okay, now it is okay. Up to here, okay or not? Now, focus on the first div. Focus on the first div. What do you want me to do? Come on, first div. How many columns you want me to take? First div take how many columns?
1 column.
Okay, total all the columns you have to take like one row or not? Yes or no? Second div take how many columns? Tell me how many columns my second div take? Second div is like one row now. How many columns you have to take? First column, second column you have to take it or not? Yes or no? Third div is nothing but this one. How many columns you have to take? Come on, how many columns you want me to take? Only one column you have to take, but how many rows you have to take? Merge 2 rows you have to merge it or not? What about the fourth one? Fourth one is what? Fourth
3
one is what?
columns.
Okay, this one and this one, right? Okay, here you can give one div, one div. Okay, this is the one. One is like footer or not? First of all, one by one you can come. Now, can I give like one of the class? Okay, div one. Okay, now to this particular div one, okay, how many columns you want me to take? These are the grid items. Now focus on grid items. How many columns you want me to take? Grid column is like 1/4. What is this 1/4 means? Okay, don't think like 4 means 4 columns. 1/4 is nothing but, okay, here total come to our this. Okay, 1/4 is nothing but here see one row. Okay, 4 columns don't take like that. Okay, 4 minus 1 syntactically you can say like a 4 minus 1. So one within the one row, okay, 4 columns. 4 minus 1 means 3 columns you have to take it. Okay, 3 columns in one row. Like this, it is going to represent. Like this, it is going to represent. Understood or not? Within one row, how many columns you have to merge? within one row. Okay, 4 minus 1 is nothing but what? 3. 3 columns has to merge. Okay, if you come to here, within one row, how many columns has to merge? 2 columns. Okay, 1 by 3 you can mention. 1 by 3 you can mention. And here, how many columns you have to merge? Only one column. Only one column. Okay, it's nothing but 3 by 4 you can say. How many rows you have to merge? How many rows you have to merge? Come on, how many rows you have to merge? Tell me, how many rows you have to merge? This is one row, this is one row you have to merge, right? You have to start from which row? Second row you have to merge it. Okay, now see, you can say 1 by 4 is nothing but first column, starts with first column, yeah? Okay, 1 by 4, difference is how much? Start with the first column, ends with where? Like this you can understand. Okay, start with the first column, ends with the 4 minus 1. 4 minus 1 is nothing but what? 3. Starts with 1, ends with 3 is nothing but this one, this one, this one, all are or not. 1 by 4 is nothing but starts with first column, ends with 4 minus 1. Okay, done. Now you can give some background color. Background color equals to red. Okay, done. Now first part is this one. Okay, just observe. Okay, my first part is this one. Something is like missed, right? 4 columns you can say. One more column is there. You require like how many columns? 3 columns. 33.3%, 33.3%, 33.3%. Can I give like this? Then that what it looks like. Now it is taking full width up. Okay. Now this advertisement, I want to add something different. We'll see that. So the next one is like I want to place a menu. I want to place the menu. Okay, menu is nothing but second div. Okay, my class equals to div2. Now tell me div2. Div2. My background color is like yellow. Here div2 is nothing but how many columns? First column. Okay. Okay, starts with first column. 2 columns I have to take it. So my grid column starts with 1, no? 2 I have to take. 2 I have to take. So if you come here, starts with 1, no? 2 it's taken off. 2 it is taken. So the next one is like the last one is like class equals to div 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Div 6. Now div 6. Okay. My background color equals to red. Okay, how many you have to take footer? My grid column, okay, starts with 1, ends with 4 minus 1, 3. Starts with 1, ends with 4 minus 1, 3. Now this is my footer or not. My header and footer is okay. Now advertisement, 1 column, 2 rows has to take. Okay, 1 column, 2 rows has to take or not? Yes or no? You have to take like 1 column, 2 rows you have to take it. So can I go to my add my class equals to div3, my div3 background equals to blue. Now tell me grid columns, how many columns you want me to take? Grid column, from where you want me to start? Third one. Where you want me to stop? The difference is like 3, 1. Okay, 3, 4 is like what? 1. So here is the 1. But rows, how many you have to take? Grid row. How many rows you have to take? First row, leave it. Second and third, okay, starts with the second row. Two rows I want. 2, 4 difference is what? 2. So that it is taking like this or yes or no. So the next one is like article 1, no, article 2. So this is my class div 4, and this is one more. My class equals to div 5. Okay, here my div 4. Okay, my background color equals to background color equals to green. Okay, now this div 2, what he has to take? Div 2 one column, okay, third row one column it has to take. Okay, now, okay, if you refresh now, see this, it's like arranged or not? Yes or no? My header and menu, and this is my advertisement, so article 1 and article 2, and my footer is like arranged or not? Yes or no? Agreed. Shall we do one more? Okay, let's go. I'm going to draw one more, just you can do it. Now this time, let's go here. This is my browser. This is my browser. Here the header and footer is okay for me. Header is this one, and my footer is this one. Okay, na? Footer is this one. Now footer is like half of my header. Now this is as usual. Okay, this is my, okay, advertisement. Okay, here there has some players data. I want to arrange it like this. Arrange it like this. And this one is my actual content. Like this I want to like this. Shall we? Now tell me, if it is only the requirement, how many rows, how many columns? How many rows and how many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. How many columns now? 1, 2,
2,
3, 4
4
column
columns.
format. Okay, 4 rows to 4 columns. Let's go. Now, grid. Okay, this one only can take it. Delete. Okay, margin you can use it. Okay, height 100 VH visual height you can take it. Now delete it. Now remaining all you can delete. Total how many divs are required? As per the requirement, total how many divs are required? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 divs are required, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 divs are required. So that there has one more div you can add it. There has one more div you can add it. Article 1, Article 2, and Article 3, 4, 5, 6. Arrange how you want. So, okay. Well, now, first one is this is the one, and this is my content, and this is my advertisement. That's okay. Okay, let's go. First div. What do you want me to do? First, columns and rows. Tell me. My grid template rows. How many? Template rows. How many? 10% header. Next. 10% header. Next. 10% here. 10% header. Next one is like what? Okay. 15% is this one. Okay. Articles 15% I want. 15%. And the remaining, how much is there? 15%. Okay, 5% footer. 5% footer. Remaining 15 to 5, 20, 30, 70% is content. 70% is content. That's okay. This is like row columns. Grid template. Okay, columns. Grid template columns. Tell me. Columns. Okay, equal columns you can put it 25%, 25%, 25%, 4 columns, 25% you can. Okay, first div tell me. Div 1. Div 1. How many columns? Start from which column? Div 1 is nothing but first row. Grid column starts with 1, ends with 4. Background color equals to red. Now the first one is okay or not? My first one is like okay or not? Okay, why it is like not full width? Yeah, I take yeah 4 columns, na? Okay, 4 difference is how much? 3. 1 5 difference is how much? 4. Okay, done. The next one, second row. Second row. What is my next one? Second row. Okay, this space you can keep it. Advertisement you can focus on. Div 3 is my advertisement. Div 3 advertisement. How we can get it? 1 column, 2 rows. 1 column, grid row 2 by 4, grid column 3 4 by 5. Okay, 4 I have to start, ends with 5. Background, okay, green. Background is like green. Now can you refresh it? Now this is the one. Footer you can put it. Footer, where is my footer? Footer div 6, huh? Div 7. Okay, you can change it. Div 7. And footer 1 is like what? Background color is like red only. Grid columns is like 1 by 5. Grid column is like 1 by 5. So that, okay, it is like 5. My content, okay, how many columns? 1 2 3 columns. Height already I mentioned. So content, can you go through the content? Content div 2. My div 2, okay, how much? My background color equals to blue, and my grid column and row also you have to mention. Starts with 1, ends with 1 4. 1 by 4. 1 by 4. Okay, now can I refresh? Can I refresh? Okay, this is the one or not? 1 by 4 already. This is like occupied with this one. Okay, here article 1, article 2, article 3. Okay, you can give, okay, anyway those are like what, 3 columns you can say. Okay, div 4. Div 4, my background color equals to, okay, green. Now here first column only, right? Grid column you have to starts with 1, ends with 2. Starts with 1, ends with 2. Now this is the one. Now article 2. Article 2. Now what is that? Div 5. My background color equals to yellow. Now here my grid column is what? Starts with
2 by
2,
3.
ends with 3. Starts with 2, ends with 3. Okay, now this is the one, and this one is like remaining. Okay, this is the way you can arrange the items or not. Now by default it's like a response. Wanna see this? Yes or no? Agree? This is the way you can arrange the items in the rows and the columns. The rows and the columns. Nah? Okay, just you can go through. Okay, remaining things. Okay, from web, you got some idea or not? No. arrange the items as like in the column wise, okay, as like in the rows and columns also. Okay, that means either single dimensional, either row or column, use flux. Okay, row or column, rows and column, use grid. Use grid. Okay, any questions, anyone? Okay, then thank you guys, thanks for joining. We'll continue um, next workshop next Saturday, that is related to data science, so that how we can differentiate AI. The next one is like ML, DL, and data science. AI versus artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, and data science. The difference is what? Okay, that one we'll see in the next workshop. Okay. Okay, then thank you guys. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.